Alright, into Camp McCarran. Maybe there'll be a vendor I could sell all my fucking guns to. I wonder if you give Boone the freaking plasma rifle if he uses it. He probably runs out of ammo, though. This will be cool. I'll sell all my shit. Get another 2,000-3,000 fucking bottle caps. Hopefully there's a vendor in here with enough money to buy my junk. Oh, Boone appears in front of me. Nice. Hello. What are you doing?
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
He kept pointing at me for some reason. What a creeper. Alright, let's see. A lot of dudes in here. I remember Camp McCarran. I remember this. I remember this. I remember stealing their fucking first aid, too. I did. Where's the vendors? Someone here has money. One of these guys is a vendor. There's one out here, and I think there's one inside, too. There's two different vendors, if I remember correctly.
Wish I had a first. I'm Bitter Root, first Recon. You got a reason to talk to me?
It's Bitter Root. Is there a requisitions officer somewhere around here I could sell shit to?
Hey, my man. 10 of spades.
10 of
First
spades.
Recon sharpshooter at your service.
I just want to find a vendor and sell my shit.
Howdy. Name Sterling, first Recon.
Wow, same voice
Can't
actor
say
as
I've
everyone
seen you
else.
before. I'd remember if I had.
You're right, we never met.
Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all. And a lot of scouting from place to place.
Interesting rifle. Lever action.
I call her the Long Carabine.
Duh.
Didn't always have the scope. I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorbets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different, as long as I could hit my targets.
Okay. Goodbye. I don't care about your gun. If I kill him, I'll take it, but... I need to find a vendor. I think the vendor might be inside. Look at this bunch of computers. This guy's eating at work. You're not supposed to eat at your desk, you asshole. That's how you get ants. This is how we get ants, said Archer. Archer, a great television show for those who haven't seen it. I highly recommend it. From the people who made OSI Lab. I can't see you. Alright, there's a vendor in here somewhere. I just don't know where.
Something. I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings you to Camp McCarran?
His last name is Hsu, but I don't know, weird. He doesn't look Asian to me. I'm here to provide support.
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3.
Vault
We've got
3?
the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word. Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
A mole. A spy. You seem calm.
Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands.
Who are the fiends?
As in chem fiends.
Ah.
Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them. And they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
Ah, I'll go to Vault 3 and see if I can find your ranger.
That vault is a hornet's nest.
Haha.
If you have second thoughts, No one would think less of you for it.
Vault 3.
But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot.
We might do this.
Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders.
Bryce Anders.
Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You found Motor Runner.
That sounds good.
Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around
It
here.
also sounds like he has a cool-ass fucking weapon that I can use. I bet I can make the Legion prisoner talk.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent. But I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you.
Nice, there's a lot of stuff to do
Her
here.
office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
Okay. I could look into who's leaking the intelligence.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements.
Damn.
It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
A lot of stuff to do here. Ah, I put a spell on you. So I got an official quest and a side quest, I believe. Right? Talk to Captain Curtis. I'm gonna do that. But then the other one is, he said Vault 3, correct? And he says they put it on my map. There it is. Yeah, I'm gonna check out Vault 3 as well, but there's more to do. I remember there's a lot to do here at this camp. Let's keep looking around. Sell all my stuff. Who's this?
Hey.
Angela Williams.
A little busy at the moment, but I can talk.
Got nice big lips. What's this place?
This? The OSI Lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time.
Are you a scientist?
I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy.
Kildern?
But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam.
Huh.
Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway.
What's your role?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
Need help?
You mean give you work? No, that'd be up to the administrator, Hildern. He's back there in his office.
Okay.
Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of mercs go in to see him, though.
Mercs? Yeah, what for?
I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research. Not the details. If you're interested, I'm sure he'd see you.
That's interesting. Okay. We gotta talk to Hildern. She said he's in his lab. We're over here. Here he is.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of
Whoa.
Operations, OSI East.
What a weirdo.
I presume you're here about Vault 22?
No, I don't even know that. This is the first I've heard about Vault 22.
No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22. Where to begin?
I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom.
Oh my god.
Vast fields of corn
I should have
that
told him to
grow
cut to
from
the chase.
seeds and produce their bounty in the space
Shut up.
orchards of-
Shut up.
and all of the...
Shut up. Get to the point.
Fair enough. My point is this. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlocked the secrets of vegetative growth.
Ah.
Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
Okay, Vault 22. So I got Vault 3 and Vault 22 to check out.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Alright. Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove... Downloading the data...
Alright, other questions.
What?
Tell me about the OSI.
The Office of Science and Industry.
Skip this.
Suffice to say, the dam, for instance.
Power
OSI
supply, we know that. You said you were the director of OSI?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas.
Oh, shut up.
No, I direct our eastern operation.
Okay.
I'm also confronting the problem of food production.
You're doing all this yourself.
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
NCR has a food shortage.
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought.
Alright, herpaderp.
Or for a layman such as yourself,
Yeah. There's worried about starvation. Okay, what other responsibilities?
we aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms and the...
Alright,
There have been
boring.
complaints about the amount of...
You control the dam from here.
Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output.
Okay.
We were starting to bring the Helios 1 facility online as well. That might have increased our power output by half.
I did.
But some wasteland scum managed...
I turned it
I
on.
pay...
I turned on the Helios one.
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Hsu, and I expect him to leave...
Alright.
Too many people have...
Blah, blah, blah. Other questions? Nothing else?
Yes?
So I talked to him about everything? Hold on. Yeah, that's it. So we got a quest from him, and we got a quest from Hsu. So we got 2 different vaults to check out. That's kind of interesting.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job?
Whoa. Yeah, Vault 22. I'll say, why so interested?
Not interested. More concerned. It's just... You're not the first person he sent to Vault 22. And I know he'd never tell you.
Dun, dun,
There were a
dun.
lot of mercs. One after another. None of them came back.
They all died.
Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
Maybe we need to have another talk.
No, wait. I don't mean to see any harm come to Dr. Hildern. Unless by talk, you just mean talk. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe.
Whoa, what now?
Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
But I get the feeling she knows Keeley. Alright, I'll find her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
Questions? What else about Keeley?
Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them?
What the hell? How old is she?
I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So, I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe
Damn!
more.
That doesn't make any sense. Huh. So how do they
Like
get
a
along?
Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist, and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because... well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually.
Oh, Hildern mentioned the followers of the apocalypse.
My father used to say good things about them, but that was years ago. Back when they teach farmers and ranchers about crop rotation and the like. Nowadays, they've changed. They're doing what they can to discredit the NCR. Give us a bad name with the locals. Dr. Hildern trained with them years ago.
Huh.
Not me, though. I'm an OSI girl.
Hildern trained with the followers of Apocalypse. How much do you want to bet he's the spy?
Right. Stay safe.
I'm gonna talk to him again, because he didn't mention any of this shit.
Yes? Something else you needed?
Yeah, I'm not the first person you sent, you fucker.
I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you?
I'm the one asking questions.
Fair enough. Begging your pardon, but this is beginning to feel like an interrogation.
Because it is, bitch.
No. You aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference.
I prefer to know what I'm getting myself into.
You want certainty? You'll never find it. especially not in the pursuit of science. Take my advice. Forget about Williams. She's a talented researcher, but she doesn't understand people, and she can't see the big picture. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
Asshole, I'm not done.
Yes?
That's it? Oh, what's your opinion of Williams?
Williams is an admirable researcher. If she wasn't, I'd have terminated her contract, and she'd be begging for work from my former employers.
Why terminate?
Williams has a tendency to feel before she thinks. Not in the lab, but everywhere else. That might be forgivable if she kept her concerns to herself, but she doesn't. Not in front of her peers, not even with contractors like yourself. That kind of behavior can undermine morale. She convinced my last contractor to quit. Same way she tried with you. Probably didn't tell you that, did she?
Huh. You didn't always work for the OSI?
No. The OSI hasn't been around for very long. I received my training elsewhere.
Alright, who did train you?
Before the bombs, I might have studied at any number of colleges, universities. They gave a man a chance to advance himself, or so I've heard. But after the bombs, until a few years ago, anyone with half a brain had one choice: the followers of the apocalypse. Didn't matter if you agreed with them or not. You either played along or you were turned away.
What do the followers believe?
Knowledge for knowledge's sake. A society of equals. They purport to be intelligent people, and then they spout this old world dogma.
Ah.
That was years ago. No point in discussing.
There's a trigger I can't do right now. I need high speech skill and I don't have it. Damn. Alright, well, we got another new mission, Vault 22. I gotta find a friggin' vendor to sell my stuff so I don't have to care for to begin with. Damn it.